Hello everyone, good afternoon, we're back. We've had 3 hours off, we've had a bolognese that you just could not believe. And I've still got my squeaky hip, but you know, all's good, all's good. Hope you're well. Welcome back to our third and final live show of the day on Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Dave Bradford, if we haven't met before. I'm here every month launching a new collection, and this collection is exclusive. You won't find this anywhere else for the time being, and what I'm talking about is the Nature in Motion. Oh, Carnation Crafts have done it again. Look at this. The imagery, the artwork, the practicality, the inventiveness of the collection that you all love so much is right in front of your eyes at the moment. It's absolutely stunning. And well, all I can say is thank you if you've purchased this already. Already today we've had a massive response, much greater than we anticipated. So you found us, which is fantastic. Wherever you're watching us, either on YouTube or on Facebook or on carnationcraft.co.uk, you're more than welcome to the next hour. Get involved. If you've got Facebook or anything like that, you can message us. We'd love to hear from you. Now, it's called, as I said before, Nature in Motion. Follows on from Nature's Grace, which was a collection that was done about a year ago or thereabouts. But it stands alone on its own. If you haven't got Nature's Grace, don't worry. And actually, we had a lovely comment from someone in the last show that said, no matter what collections they've got, when they buy a new collection, it kind of reinvents the older ones because you can kind of mix the things together and do things in different ways. But you've got one of my favourite animals in here. You've got the reindeer or the stag. You've got the Kingfisher that's absolutely stunning. You've got the barn owl, of course, as well. You've got wonderful peonies. You've got gorgeous, gorgeous silver birch frames, matting and layering frames in there as well, in circular, rectangular and square. And well, if you want to order it now, get in, because you're going to be saving around about £45 off the price. £124.99 if you're in the UK, that's your price. Free postage as well, so you can fill your boots with that. And if you're watching us, of course, in any other part of the world, and maybe in America or whatever, you can order this today. Your P&P will be just £4.95, or the dollar equivalent. And if you put, say, your perfect papers into your order, or maybe some pro paper or something like that, you'll pay a maximum of £14.95, or the dollar equivalent. And of course, you won't pay VAT if you're outside the UK. So that will more than make up for your shipping and handling. So it's a win-win situation. I'm not on my own. You make the best bolognese, Carla Bashir.
I know, right, dude. Right, that was pretty chuffing awesome.
It was good. It really was good.
Very tasty. Can I just say while we're here, somebody has just put on Facebook, and it scrolled past now, so I can't see who it was. I think it was Carol that said hi to Carla, Dave, and Miss Tiz's house.
So I said hi to me.
Miss Tiz's house got a little shout out, Tales. So that is super lovely.
Oh, got a question here. Do you post to Spain?
Yes, we do.
We do. No
we
problem.
Do indeed.
Order in confidence. Right now, what I must do quickly, I must let you know that if you took part in our recent promotion that we had, we asked you to subscribe to YouTube, like a Facebook post that we put out, and then share that post and tag a friend. Now, loads of you did that. I'm pleased to say we've already announced the winner in the earlier show at 1 o'clock this afternoon, or 11 o'clock this morning it was, we announced it. But we can let you know again, in case you weren't watching that show, who the winner of the £500 credit is today. And here, the UK winner of a £500 credit, £500 credit on your account.
Get a fiver. Yeah. It was absolutely worth all your effort.
I get the 495 and you get the 5. No, Helen Crosland, you get £500 credit. All you have to do is get in contact with our customer services. I'm sure you've got that on your packaging of products that you bought from us. Well done, Helen. And the rest of the world, the ROW, who won that £500 credit or equivalent? Audrey Burton. We're not sure where you are, Audrey, but again, please, wherever you are, just email customer services and we will make sure you get a £500 credit on your account to spend with Carnation Crafts. Okay, now, should we have a little look at this in more depth? Let's have a little look at the boards that Carla's got, because I think this is
not the prettiest thing?
One of my favourite collections ever.
It is super, super pretty, this whole collection. Eric the owl, officially named by my good self, is just absolutely gorgeous. So when we start to look at the artwork that comes in here, for those of you who saw the earlier shows, if you want some demos, you can still get them on YouTube and on Facebook. So please do go and have a look. But all of these can be sculpted in the most glorious ways, and they make some just absolutely beautiful cards. Just all of the depth and sort of extra detailing we can get just by using a ball tool. And especially with the Kingfisher, I will say there is a little bit of magic to be had with that. You get all your mats and layers. You've also got those split dies as well, so we can do over the edge cards. We showed one of those this morning. Again, please do go back and watch those if you haven't seen them yet. They are Worth watching, aren't they, Dave?
Oh,
Aren't they,
absolutely.
Dave?
Absolutely, they're worth watching.
And then we've got these beautiful kingfishers. The artwork on this is so pretty.
Do you know, Carla, earlier you did something in a demo which absolutely blew me away. Bearing in mind,
nobody's ever said that before.
Honestly, I couldn't believe what you've done. Because what Carnation do is they not only give you amazing vignettes and artwork that you can, by the way, print off right now, free of charge by going to carnationcrafts.co.uk. You can go to the shop section and you'll see the vignettes and the backing papers that are absolutely free to print off. You can do that right now. But after you've done that, when you get the dies actually come not only with a cutting edge around the outside, but also with lots of little detail dies in the middle, cuts in the middle. And what that allows you to do is sculpt and make the wings curved, the belly of the deer curved, that sort of thing. And what Carla did earlier with the Kingfisher, because of those little cut lines in there, she was able to make this Kingfisher three-dimensional. Now, if that doesn't make you want to have this collection, I don't know what does. That was mind-blowing.
So pretty, right?
So gorgeous.
I think that's the thing, isn't it, with Carnation? Everything is so well thought through beforehand. So the engineering that comes in order for us to be able to sculpt those pieces really is well and truly thought about. So if you see the dimension on that card, something really spectacular. And actually you could put like, you know, a little bouquet of flowers or a little gift or some chocolate there behind his tummy as a gift. I'm just going to respond. Patricia, you've said it's good that we ship to Spain, but unfortunately we have to pay import charges. Unfortunately, we can't control, obviously, what the countries do as far as import charges are concerned. What Carnation do is that they, when it's for abroad, they don't charge the VAT on it. So, you know, the hope is that that will somehow balance out. So we do what we can at this side. It's just unfortunate that everything changed with the European laws and with all the different laws, and each one, you know, the VAT got changed in a couple of years, so there's nothing we can do about those, I'm afraid. So we do try and do the best we can with it.
Oh, and Berta says, welcome back, Dave. Oh, thank you very much. It's lovely to be back. I look forward to coming back here every month, actually.
It's been so lovely having you here, and I've totally I have been your wife today.
You have, my TV wife. Actually, I've got two of those. Dawn Wheeler, and she's here tomorrow with you, 4 and 6, yeah?
Yeah, we have got Doris in for the day. So that
Doris.
That'll be madness. So yeah, we love Doris. So oh look, my hair's a bit mad today, Dave. I'm just saying. I've got frazzled by the end of the day. Then we have got your peony poise. There's poison with peony. What is it?
Peonies with poise.
That what he said. I can't do all the P's together. It's wait till we get Wheeler on that tomorrow.
What, peonies with poise?
There is no way she's going to be able to say. I'm just saying. You've got the beautiful corner element here, which is absolutely gorgeous. Again, taking a ball tool to that and be able to create shape, create dimension, pull out all of those leaves. And you've got the corner element this side, you've got the crescent at this. Then you've got your extra roses, your florals here, those leaves and those extra flowers. Super, super pretty. And then the king of the show. My favourite.
Now, Mary Elizabeth Watts. Hello, Mary. She says, love the programmes today. The Stag die will make a great Christmas card. It will.
Yeah, totally. Christmas cards, Christmas decorations, lots of different things. We did realise today as well, because of one of the DT team, that if you chop off the horns, you've then got a doe. So it can be either. It's again a very versatile die. Again, you've got the split dice we can do over the edge cards, and because obviously this is nature in motion, then the way that the stag sits, you've got this idea of it being in motion. When we're doing the over the edge cards,
I found it.
Have you found it?
Okay.
They look. That's the one where we've got the horn just removed. Have we got the over the edge one, Dave, for the stag, or am I asking too much? Yeah, that's it. So you've got this way, so we can do that, and then you've got the over the edge card, like so, and that's what your split die completes. And we'll do another demo with split dies tomorrow, just to make it easier for everybody. But I wanted to show you the Kingfishers today, because we haven't done them yet properly, both ways, if you like. So that is your stag. So we named him Brad this morning.
Thanks.
After Bradford himself. So we've got this beautiful, beautiful artwork there. Again, we're coming with a light work. I will say it every time we do it, light work is incredibly important. You've got the quarter element here, which is just slightly over quarter. If you overlap and place them around, you can get a full circle. You can create semicircles. It's all about that texture on the back of your white card, which makes such an extraordinary difference.
Susan Ray, hello Susan. Hi Carla and Dave, just got in time for the show, been on the allotment all afternoon. Now sat watching with a cup of tea. I've always wanted an allotment.
Have you got taters on your allotment? I used to have an allotment with taters.
Did you?
It was pretty much all there was there. It wasn't actually really my allotment either. That's not to say it was a random person.
You just gate
I think
crashed.
it was my dad's.
Oh, okay. All right.
We've got the beautiful floofy leaves, glamorous grass.
Glamorous grass, that's it. Is that right?
Try again.
Gorgeous grass.
Gracious grass?
Graceful grass.
Graceful grass, nearly.
Floof! You've got floof to make all your beautifulness at the back. So obviously when we put the stag in front of this, if you put the owl in front of this, any of those things where you're creating the movement behind because you've got that feather element that feathers out and spans, it just looks very, very pleasing to the eye. These things that Carnation do, whether they're tuck-ins that sit in the backs of whatever we're making, they're probably... well, they're certainly as important as those showstoppers because they're the things that actually make the showstopper stand out even more. So just incredible.
And I still can't believe that the artwork, even for those grasses, is on the website to print off as well. And remember, the matting and layering dies, the silver birch vignettes, they're on there too. So you don't often get artwork for those sort of dies at all.
Absolutely. So everything comes together. It's all free. And then you've got free angel policy, so you can sell everything that you make with Carnation. If you are searching for inspiration, on the Carnation Crafts website there is an inspiration page. Please get yourself over there, have a look at the different collections. You'll see your inspiration on there. If you see anything that the DT team have made, or in fact Hannah or I have made, whether that's on the TV or, you know, in demos, that kind of thing that we've done, you are more than welcome to copy those images. You can copy it fully. Obviously, if you're just in the Carnation Crafters group, just be careful that it's not, you know, one of the Carnation army that have made it, because if that's the case, we need to ask permission from other people before we copy theirs. But as far as the DT team's concerned, our designs are concerned, you go for your life. Absolutely, you can copy those images. You've got the gorgeous, gorgeous tree stump here, and then this corner element for the trees. I was saying before, add 4 of these in together, you've already created a fairy tale element. It's got a real once upon a time feeling to it, like you're going into a forest. It's really gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, Sue Martin says, she's got it right. Sue, you know exactly what to expect tomorrow. If you and Dawn are together tomorrow, Carla, I'll be there just for the belly laughs. Love you two together.
Oh, Miss Tistas does not look happy about the idea of Dawn Wheeler and I being together.
I'll be tuning in. I'll be Facebook messaging. 4 and 6 tomorrow.
There's either a chance that it will be very funny, or there will be a chance that Dawn and I will kill each other. It could go either way. That's normally what happens.
Tasman looks very frightened.
She should look frightened. But Miss Doris was here for dinner today. She's been around today. She came for the bolognese, so she has been around. And yeah, prepare yourselves is all I can say. Who knows what will happen. You've got all of your nested here. These are your silver birch nested dies, and they are absolutely incredible. And as Dave just said, you do get your artwork for these.
Tasman's just written, I quit.
Tasman has a whiteboard, and she's allowed to write messages on said whiteboard.
You wouldn't want to know what many of them say, but
No.
I quit was the last one.
That was the most polite of the day that she's actually written on, and we're going to take her whiteboard away from her because she feels like it gives her too much power. You've got these that build up into this beautiful kaleidoscopic sort of shape. Now, I don't know if you can you go from camera to the camera? Can we do that so we can see depth? Sorry, Taz. I know you love it when I direct from the floor.
Oh, look at that.
You see the depth of that, of all of those dies that you're getting in that nested.
It's like a pyramid.
It is like a pyramid. And what we were saying is, nested dies are really important because we need the different sizes, don't we? So when you've got your standard circles, squares, those sort of things, we use them because we need them for, I mean, they're our most practical dies, the ones we use the most. We start getting decorative ones like these, especially because you've got the inside and the outside of them, and you can really build them up. It's a really beautiful thing to use several of them together because it creates such a massive impact on your cards. They are just as beautiful cut in white as they are cut in colour. So absolutely go for your life with these. Play with the dimension on them. These, the silver birch ones, which I love, you can take away the edge, cut them away, and you can use those as tree branches. Now, just for a second, think about getting a box frame that's got a border thingy. What do you call it? a mount that's got a mount in it. If you've got a box frame and the mount sits at the front, what you absolutely can do is use those 4 corner pieces that I was saying look like a once in upon a time fairy tale. Behind those, add another layer in where you've got these as tree branches, and then behind that put the stag, put some tiny lights behind it, and you would have created a full forest
Fantastic.
scene.
Lorraine, hello. Lorraine Beakis, you just appeared off my screen. Here we are. Just ordered. Love the birds. They are beautiful. Christine Brame, inspiration for the set, not available on the site yet.
No, they'll be in the Carnation Crafters Facebook group right now.
Right.
That's where they go first. So if you're not a member of the Carnation Crafters group, get yourself over there. It's on Facebook. Please do come and join us. It's the Carnation Army. You'll be very, very welcome. It's a beautiful, beautiful group full of major inspiration and lots of fun. The DT team have posted all of their samples onto there, so you'll be able to see them in there. Dave has them in his paw here. We'll try and show you some as we're going through.
I will.
And give you all the inspiration that we possibly can. And then we've got the chameleon's eye. It is not it is a chameleon's
It's got
eye.
a bit wonky in the car.
But these circular ones are beautiful. Can I just say as well, when you print these out, they are perfect for stamping on. So all of your sentiments can be made with little, just use a stamp on your circular dies here, and they are just absolutely beautiful. I love him.
He's gorgeous.
I love him.
When you did that earlier, it blew me away. It really did. Yeah.
Linda.
Love it. Linda the Kingfisher. Right, now let me show you some of the finished samples that the design team have done. Sue Darimple. Hello, Sue. You've done a fantastic job with this. Look at these kingfishers.
Wow.
And there's your floof.
Floof! That's really, we like really.
It's great, isn't it? In the reeds. This one's another lovely one. They're all gorgeous. We always say it, but it's very hard to make an unattractive Carnations card. Everything is superb. So that's the actual tree trunk there's been used as a stopper, but there's Eric the Owl coming into swoop. This is that white work we were talking about a few minutes ago, but who's done this one? This is Lindsay Atherton, and she's obviously cut it out 3 or 4 times, maybe even 5 times, and given you that beautiful feather rosette, and of course the owl kind of swooping in. You don't always have to use the characters if you don't want to. This is a really lovely card that Carla did earlier on, actually, in the 11 o'clock show. And if you want to watch the 11 o'clock and the latest show at 1 back, please do feel free. They will be on your chosen platform on YouTube or Facebook for quite a few weeks, and you can watch them back at your leisure. So if you're watching this one live thinking, oh, I missed the first 2 earlier on, you can watch them back a bit later on this afternoon or evening. This is another one. I know there was a message in the last show from someone really commenting on how beautiful this is. Lavinia's done this, and using some acetate to create that domed front to the card. Really, it's a 3D Rama, really, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And of course, we're making cards and showing cards, but all of this artwork makes amazing pictures to put on the wall, in a box frame or whatever. Don't just think of it as card making, think of it in scrapbooking, think of it as fantastic home decor, all there for you to use how you see fit. And remember, all this artwork now, you haven't got to wait for that. You've got to wait for the dies, maybe a day or 2. Last time we did this about a month ago with the launch, a lot of people were saying they were getting their deliveries like the next day or the day after. So you are going to get your purchase very, very quickly. But the lovely thing is you can actually print off the vignettes. All the artwork, free of charge. If you go to carnationcrafts.co.uk, the shop section is where you'll find the vignettes. All of them are free for this collection, and also, of course, backing papers you'll find there as well. But what, you're all right. What, am I squeaking, you're thumping?
My chair might have just gone down a bit then. Dave might have had a bit of a sweat on, had a bit of a panic. It was traumatic.
Dave,
Oh, hello.
can you stay tomorrow, please?
Can I stay tomorrow, please? I would love to. Actually, I'm here. I'm staying up here tomorrow.
Dude,
I've got a day off.
Come in and
I might pop
entertain me
in.
in Wheeler.
Just someone else that's normal like me.
I might pop in and give Tasman a break. There we are. I can do all the knobs and buttons, I think.
Just do it. Just press any of them.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
This is one of my favourites. Lindsay Atherton. Look at that. Now, not only have you got with the reverse vignettes or the front and back vignettes, you've also got a left and a right. So look at that. You can have them jumping together. You can have them jumping away from each other. How about that? 220414 is the item number. Let's get down to the basics. What you need to do is have that item in your basket. Check out, please. Lots of you doing that right now. We have got ClearPay and we have got PayPal Pay in 3 if you want to spread the cost as well. But at $124.99 with free P&P in the UK, you're going to absolutely love this collection. Whether it's your first collection from Carnation or your 21st, you know, it's a great place to start right now. And if you have got any other Carnation craft collections, you'll find it helps you get even more out of those and even more out of this as well. I tell you what we'll do, we'll have a demo, that's what we're all about, right after this.
Carnation Crafts TV brings you our new and exclusive collection, Nature in Motion. This gorgeous collection is filled with striking animals set to be a head-turner for any occasion, and the cut lines give off a beautiful detailed finish. This collection includes your fauna in motion, silver birch frames, peonies with poise, lightwork feature fan, graceful frass, and through the seasons die set. And this is yours to take home before seeing it anywhere else. Nature in Motion is also perfect for you to mix and match with your previous collection, Nature's Grace. Carnation Crafts even have an open angel policy, which allows you to make and sell all your completed projects. Don't forget to download the free vignettes on our website, www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. Happy crafting with our fabulous collection, Nature in Motion.
There we go. Lovely collection, isn't it? Jacqueline Ward, hello. Stunning example, she said. Thank you for that, Jacqueline. Tanya says, Dave, you're awesome. Oh, thanks. Carla, you're fantastic. Shows my lovely. Can't wait to receive my order. This is, as usual, absolutely stunning collection. Can't wait to use my owl for Halloween decor.
Oh, I like him,
Yeah, like it.
So I had a bit of a moment then, Dave.
I know you did. What did you drop? A demo?
I've lost a demo, my boards have gone all over and my chair sent me down to I was about 2 foot high. I was all very excited. And it all happened at once, it was very traumatic. I've got a demo now.
Okay, good. We're sorted.
Not the one that was planned, but we'll do this one anyway because my other one's gone for a bit and we're just not sure where. So we're going to have a look at that circular card in the nested silver birch. I said this morning and I will say it again, there is kind of a right and a wrong way for these. Just because it's a circular we need it to stand, and I know it doesn't show very well on camera, I do apologise, but there is a flat edge. Can you see it just there? It's like a tiny flat edge.
Like
it's
a
just like
section,
a raised
yeah.
section, and there's one on either side, and then you know, in all 4 sets if you like, and it just means it will sit straight. So when you're scoring your circle, as it's only for the circle that you need to sort of visually do it, you want to try and score underneath that line, so we're going parallel to it.
See, it's little things like that that make all the difference, because your card's going to sit flat when you put it on the mantelpiece.
Absolutely, so it's going to have the same flat edge on this side, so it will sit flat. So the way I did it when I was using my scoring tool, I used that flat edge to sit it up against, and I scored it that way so that I knew I had it straight, and I knew I had the opposing one opposite, this one up here and this one down there. It just means it gets it the right way round. Just when you get it home, in case you're kind of wondering what's happening, which is what I was doing. Right, we're just going to take that off. You'd be very pleased to know my smallest child has chosen this moment to video call me.
Oh, he's missing you.
Well, I think it's probably more to
take
do.
it?
No, it's fine. I think it.
He wants to join in.
More to, he probably needs some money for something, I would think, knowing Abraham. Bless his little cottons. So I do apologise. We'll just go this way. And then I'm just going to push this down to
I'll take
create
it for
that
you,
temp base. That would be very funny. He would not know what to do with his little face, bless him. These are so pretty. You've got all of these elements here, and you can see with my pokey, if I put through, can you just see, I don't know if you can see very well on camera, but just where that goes, you can see I've got a stopping point where my pokey won't go round anymore, and that is just these little pips that are holding this in. Now I don't particularly want to pull this to pieces, but I will just show you and try and do it without damaging it. Can you see I can pull that pip away?
So yeah, you can pop the centre out if you want to.
So I can take that centre away just by pulling those pips.
I suppose you could cut the pip with a craft knife, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
you can. I mean, there's no need. They come away easy enough. I'm using 3mm foam tape here because I want a raise and a lift. Take away the 2 edge pieces. When I'm doing it with a circle, I don't use the tabs simply because I need to find that little flat edge that matches in with that top piece. I do apologise if mine are slightly skew width. If I lean forward, all you're going to see is my great big noggin. So I'm just doing it this way, so please do bear with me. And then we're going to go in with our elements for the side panels.
Have you done all those double-sided vignettes, yeah?
Or hey up, my child is calling me again. I always do all of my vignettes double-sided, and it for good reason for me personally. When we're demoing, it's important that you can see what's on the back for a start.
But if you're doing a project and you don't need them double-sided, think about it. You can save ink. There's pointless printing out the double-sided ones if you're not going to see the back. So save your ink and just print the single-sided. But both are available on the website, absolutely free of charge.
Yeah, totally free. Free angel policy. You can sell anything that you make at all. And the joy of having the double-sided is to do with the fact that we can obviously shape things out. Now, for me, part of the importance of that is if I've got just white on this side, although it's obvious with the peony here, it might not be obvious if it was, something else, which bits are which and which bits I need to use the ball tool for. So it helps me for that. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm not that keen on having white backs on my vignettes. I don't know. I prefer to have the colour, because if anything happens and you see the underside of it, it's much nicer to have that sort of colour filled. But for some people, I know their preference is absolutely one-sided. If that's what you want to do, absolutely, you've got to do you when we craft. That's the whole point.
And I remember the early days of dies, and no one thought of adding like curves and that sort of thing to the actual images. It was all basically a die that cut out a shape and it was then put flat on a card. But now you've got these inner cut lines that let the flowers become three-dimensional, let the birds and the deer become three-dimensional too.
Well, I think originally it was mainly to do with decoupage, wasn't it? We just decoupaged and we built that decoupage up, and that was how we got dimension. Slowly but surely things are changing, and that's always going to happen with craft. That's always going to be a key point in craft, is that lovely new things are going to come about on the market. But when we start to, I harp on about it, and I know I harp on about it, and I'm not going to stop harping on about it. So, but for me, when we can sculpt, when we can mould and shape, if I have got this vignette here and you've got the same vignette and we both sculpt it, we're both going to come out with a different result. Now, we've both bought the same vignette, we've both got the same die, but we're both producing something different. And that's important, because I say it every time, but we're artists and we are creatives, and it doesn't matter whether you've never been able to pick up a pencil and draw a thing in your life. Making a card means you're an artist, you are a creative, and that's important. To have your own individual spin on that is just necessary. And that's what I love about Carnation. They're engineering, they're always pulling forward with their ideas.
Now, if you're looking at these wonderful images and the vignettes and you're thinking, oh, I wonder if I've got any cardstock that will kind of complement these colours, don't worry about that. We've got perfect papers in the show. We'll come to those in a minute. They will match and coordinate beautifully with all these colours. So I know lots of you go for those.
I'm using floof.
Using
floof. I've got my floof. I'm just going to put this here. Is that my son messaging you back, Miss Taz? Is he okay?
He just wants to say hi.
Oh,
I love him.
oh.
He's
Tell him
so
to watch
cute.
Mum on the telly.
Oh, he won't be bothered with that. There's
okay.
far better things on YouTube for my child to watch than his mother, bless him. Mum, I'm with my friends on the computer.
Is he a creative?
He's very creative.
Oh, cool.
As is my eldest. So my eldest is just doing his GCSEs, one of which is in catering and the other is in art.
Fantastic. Following in his mum's footsteps.
Following it in his mum's cut. And then Abraham, the little one, loves art and English. And of course my master's degree is in English. So both of them are doing their mama's things, and they're beautiful.
You got a master's
boys.
degree?
I have got a master's
Didn't know
degree. Did you not?
No.
I've got a master's degree in creative writing and postmodern literature.
Wow.
Which I did some time ago. I'm actually in the process of starting my PhD.
Blimey.
I'll be Dr. Bagshaw.
I had no idea.
Did you not?
Can I make an appointment?
So when we've got the tree stump here, you'll see down the lines of it, you've got all of these lines going down, and these lines, each one is really a cut line. What that means on this tree, which is a really beautiful thing, let me take... It's always best to choose the right tools, and I don't have one that's wide enough. If I take this ball tool and I use the body of the ball tool and I place that into the middle of the tree stump and just wrap it round, what I'm going to do is create a lovely shape. So you can see I've got it sort of curved down the middle there, and then I can just pull it out. Now you can manipulate that by doing the same thing just over your fingers, and you can push around that way. It's entirely up to you.
Is it glue gel or foam pads for you, or a mixture of the two?
It depends what I'm doing, I think, for me. So very mats and layers, always going to be foam pads for me, because I need the stability and the security of it. Something where I'm decoupaging like this, would definitely be gel glue. Something like this, I'll be honest, is going to be a mix. So in this instance, I'm going to use pin flare. However, if I wanted to make sure that absolutely stuck in a conical position like that, I would absolutely use foam tape. So you just got to sort of pick which one's going to make the difference. So all I'm doing here is just putting this on the bottom of that trunk. As you can see, it goes across. There's quite a lot in the middle, less at the edges, and that means I'm going to be able to stick it. As I stick and squish just at the bottom of these flowers, it will expand as such. Now, can you see? I don't know if you can see it or not. I've tucked that into the flower there.
Yep.
And I've tucked it into the flower there. So what that means is I'm stabilizing. So as I hold those two down so they don't move, I can then push this.
Oh, and it goes underneath.
It'll go underneath and it will maintain its shape. So it's just the simple trick of pushing in, holding, and it will maintain. Can you see how it's still fully domed? Important things, you know, they're small, but they're important.
But also bear in mind that glue gel will take a good few hours to go off completely. So don't be tempted to kind of put anything on top of it or anything like that, because it does take a little while.
I mean, not actually go off.
No, yeah, but get hard.
It's not like a piece of cheese. I'm just going to put a little sentiment there to start with. And that's what we're going to play with this. And then we're going to come in with these I love these Kingfishers so much. So as you've all probably guessed, I love my symmetry. And so with these Kingfishers, I'm going to put them the back way. What I just want to show you, I'm not going to do this for this demo, but I did just want to show you. If I take his little wings, this isn't part of the demo by the by, I'm just showing you. And I snip down those cut lines where those little pips are. Just let me
it's like a guide. You can see
more.
exactly where you need to cut.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, this isn't actually part of the demo and could ruin my whole card, but I'm just showing you. What that means is I can feather out those wings completely. I've now got absolute control on those wings and I can do any shaping that I so wish. So that's another thing that we can do with the Kingfishers. I think probably, in my opinion, the Kingfishers are the most versatile out of all of the dies. There's something just incredibly shapeable about them. They all are, but these are just extraordinary in that way.
Well, I've got one here actually. Earlier I showed you the one that Carla did a few hours ago now. I've got another one that I'll show you in a second that's similar but slightly different.
I'm just going to go in here on the tum and then on that fold of the wing, following that out. So I'm actually putting a reasonable amount of pressure on there because I want it to bowl at the other side.
You can see just how rounded it is now. Yeah.
And it's just a little effect with that ball tool. When I've got him at the front, there's a little cut line that goes all the way around his head and all the way around his wing. So I'm going to pull that forward and then pull it back and push his head back and then forward, which sounds ridiculous, but it's how we shape it. On the bottom where I've gone with that ball tool, I'm then going to add my finger in just to manipulate it. And that's going to give me, I don't know if you can tell.
The difference it makes is massive.
Because you've got the shadow play now, so you can see that full kind of delight that goes in with it. So I'm not going to do the same on the other just because of time. You've seen me do it, so you know what to do. But I will place him here, put some pin flare on him, and I'm going to pull that wing forward. I don't want the wing to stick. So I'm just going to place him in flight. Sorry, Linda. Place Linda there. We've got the double-sided vignettes, so I can go in at the other side and create that arc. So I'm creating that symmetry. Now, normally, obviously, I would shape it, but I'll just do a little bit with my hand.
Pauline Ellerington has just messaged saying, hey, finally getting to watch one.
Yay!
Yay!
Hey,
Have you just
Pauline.
found us? Have you just found us on Facebook, just found us on YouTube, or are you watching?
Pauline is a regular in the army, I believe.
Good.
In the Carnation army, that is.
But no, not now, until now, a regular on Carnation Crafts TV.
I love it when people find us. So I'm just going to pop this here, and we can finish this demonstration. Really simple, really beautiful and effective cards.
That would be a great engagement card, civil partnership, anniversary.
Well, I think what I love about the two Kingfishers together, when you've got them in this kind of shape, when you pull their wings forward, it creates almost an angel wing kind of idea. So, I mean, Kingfishers are full of symbology anyway, so to have that extra detailing is really beautiful. And that is...
Oh, Carla, another stunner.
Really pretty.
Because you've got that raised bar at the bottom, it's got a perfect standing position. It's not got to roll from side to side or anything like that. Isn't that
Oh, it
beautiful?
might be a bit on the wonk though. There we go. Let's just do it that way.
It's lovely.
Get
Gorgeous.
yours straight at home.
Let me just show you these two. This is the one that Carla did. I showed it to you at the beginning of the show. Really dimensional. That's what I really loved in the last show that we did at 1 o'clock. This is Pam Simpson's take on a similar sort of idea, but not quite as three-dimensional. But as you can see, you've definitely got lots of ups and downs on the body of the Kingfisher there, but not quite as pronounced as Carla's. So how far you want to take that three-dimensional sculpture is entirely up to you. I've got another couple. I've delved to the bottom of the pile I've got here in front of me. I've got no room to put anything. There's so many cards here. Pam Simpson. Hello, Pam. I found this. Now, on a lot of the cards, our reindeer is leaping in the air. But Pam suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute, it looks like it's actually running really, really fast through the forest. So you can have it horizontal or vertical and it still works. Still works really, really well. Another one down the bottom that I don't think I've shown so far. This is from Janine Dawson. They're going to fall on the floor, I know that. Janine's done this. You are amazing, she says on here. And there you go. There's the Kingfisher. But can you see how much dimension there is on the actual wings and everything?
Aren't they stunning?
They're gorgeous. So gorgeous. It's impossible to make.
You know, if you put two Kingfishers together, like you've got there on that card, if you put two together, so they're decoupaged almost, and on the top one, pull the wings forward, it'll look like you can see both wings from the side. So this here, if you put another one underneath,
Yep.
and you pull this wing forward, completely forward, at the cut line here, it'll look like it's got another wing underneath. It would look like it's completely in flight.
Can I just show you something? Now, the perfect papers, to call them paper, basically it's just because it rhymes, perfect papers basically. They are cardstock and they are 300 GSM and you get 48 sheets, and this is something that Carnation does every single collection that gets released, and this, remember, is an exclusive collection to us at the moment on Carnation Crafts TV. If I put just one or two of the cards next to the cardstock, can you see the idea? In that
stunning?
The colours of the cardstock complement the artwork. So this one, totally different colourways, but you've got the correct greens in there to work with it. You've got the yellows that will work with it really, really well. Another one with a different look. This one with the blue Kingfisher. There we go, look, see, all those cards are going to make your collection go that much further, and you've got no worries about things jarring or colours clashing or anything like that, guaranteeing you, again, perfect results every single time. And we know that every single time we do a launch, this is only the second launch we've ever done on our very own TV channel, Carnation Crafts TV, there are brand new people who find Carnation. Maybe you've seen Carnation somewhere else, you've bought a kit from somewhere else or a collection from somewhere else, and you're now coming to get this exclusive. Every month we do one that is exclusive and is not available anywhere else for a period of time. This one is that. You cannot find Nature in Motion anywhere else at the moment. It's a £45 saving, down to £124.99, and free postage in the UK as well. Now do bear in mind, if you want your perfect papers, add it into your order. It's only £14.99 on top of the price. You can split the purchase by ClearPay, and you can split the purchase with PayPal Pay in 3. I know lots of you like to use your PayPal. And if you are abroad, we charge £4.95 postage, and if you go for your perfect papers, or you don't want perfect papers, you maybe want pro paper or something like that, just put it in the comments section when you make your purchase, and they will make sure that you have pro paper rather than perfect papers, and that will be a total shipping and handling charge of £14.95, but you don't get charged the VAT if you're outside the UK. Okay, we'll come back with demo 2 then, after we remind you of the brand new launch.
Carnation Crafts TV brings you our new and exclusive collection, Nature in Motion. This gorgeous collection is filled with striking animals set to be a head-turner for any occasion, and the cut lines give off a beautiful detailed finish. This collection includes your fauna in motion, silver birch frames, peonies with poise, lightwork feature fan, graceful frass, and through the seasons die set. And this is yours to take home before seeing it anywhere else. Nature in Motion is also perfect for you to mix and match with your previous collection, Nature's Grace. Carnation Crafts even have an open angel policy, which allows you to make and sell all your completed projects. Don't forget to download the free vignettes on our website, www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. Happy crafting with our fabulous collection, Nature in Motion.
Just heard Dawn Wheeler can't make it tomorrow. We've got Sooty and Sweep instead. She can make it tomorrow, don't worry. Right, yes, thank you for all your messages, by the way. Lots of you coming through. Glad to see Carla has real fingers, yes. And beautiful nails.
They're pretend.
Talons.
They're plastic ones.
Right, demo 2 then, and then we'll kind of see some more finished cards from the DT team as well.
Okay, so this one's slightly different to how I would normally make a card, but I want to show you some different effects. So I've taken one piece of 8x8 card and I've scored 1/2 inch on either side, so you can see how that sort of bends there. Red liner tape on both sides. Now what I'm going to do is take my pokey, grab a hold. See, in a way, you see, Dave, sometimes when I had those finger covers on, because they got stuck to everything, sometimes it helped. Sometimes it, you know, it just got stuck and everything would rip away.
It did kind of become your thing for a long time, didn't it?
But I think people thought I was doing it as like a fashion thing.
Or maybe you've started something.
Well, I mean...
How many people watching us will have those black finger protectors on their hands now?
I
Because
feel
Carla did.
very sorry for anyone if they started doing that because of fashion, because it was purely forced. Right, I've got my mats and layers here. So these are the perfect papers. So we've got first the kind of olive green at the back and then the lighter green at the top, which obviously just work beautifully together, don't they? And that panel just fits in there as a mat and layer. So this is just slightly smaller. I work in increments of about 1/2 inch when I'm doing my mats and layers if I'm doing something that is going to be busy. If it's busy, then I do less space with my mats and layers. If I'm going to do a more simple card, then I use more space between my mats and layers. That's my rule of thumb.
Terrific.
If anybody needs to know.
Pauline Ellerington. Pauline, I'm sure we've heard from you before. I recognise that name.
You were just speaking about her a minute ago.
I was. Yeah, that's why I've heard her name before. Pauline says, I've been at work today, first time in 8 weeks. Handed in my notice. Retirement in 2 weeks. Yay!
That sounds
Good
blissful.
on you. Good. What are you going to do in your retirement? Craft?
I don't think they're going to let me retire in 2 weeks.
Well, we could go away and, you know, film from exotic beaches and that sort of thing.
I think Mark might have a bit of a party if I said I was going to retire. I think he'd be very pleased. So what I've done is then taken another piece of 8x8, so same size as this piece here, and I folded it in half. So 4x4, so it's the same size as the other side of my card. And the split die that you get, you know I'm going to ask you to pass me the Elegant Owl now, don't you?
Okay. That one.
Sorry, Taz.
Ooh. Do you know what I think we should do? We should have a Carnation Crafts cruise.
A cruise?
What do you reckon? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Am I allowed to wear a life jacket?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah. A cruise ship just full of Carnation crafters, having,
Do you really
having
think
workshops every day.
for a second that Mark would let me anywhere near A, the Carnation crafters, because he would not trust me, and B, on a boat?
Why not? They're
Have
great
you met
fun.
me?
Carnation Crafts cruise. I think we should suggest it. Anyone watching, would you be interested if there was one organised? It's only my idea. It's not coming from the top or anything like that, but I think it'd be a good idea.
Taz says if there's alcohol, she's on board.
Yeah, Taz is in. Good. That's the first one.
If there's alcohol, I'll need 3 life jackets. I'm just saying. Since you last saw me, what did I break? We were talking about this in the break.
What do you mean? Oh, your foot, your toe.
My toe.
Yes.
Do you really think me on a boat is anything?
I thought you meant since 1 o'clock.
Just my dignity, Dave. Just my dignity.
Carnation Craft Cruise,
So-
yes please, Umberta. Yeah. Jacqueline says yes, yes, yes. Oh.
Wow,
ask
you lot
the
are
question.
brave. So we've got the split die that sits here, can you see? So then when we put that through our die cutting machine, the rest of my 8x8 can be cut away basically. So this is what gives me my over the edge card. That's what your split dies are. Janine, you should know better than to be making him...
I think I've started something. Oops.
Janine, you're a very bad girl. Janine's the head DT.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Hi, Janine.
Look at her, yeah. Janine, I can't, you do that while I demo,
I'll put
because
that
that looks like it might be technical and I'm struggling. Right, so what we're going to do here is put this onto the other side so it overlaps this piece. So we're creating a gatefold essentially, but an over the edge gatefold. So we're just going to place that here. This will be able to fold back upon itself. So really pretty, right? Then we're going to go in and we're going to have the mats and layers. Wait, there's loads of people going on cruises now.
I know. What have I started? I'd go on it. It'd be great.
I'm very scared of the cruise.
Could do like Facebook lives from it. You could have a TV studio on the ship. That'd be good.
Oh dear. Can you imagine putting me and Wheeler on a cruise with some people who are actual customers? Do you really think?
Actually, yeah. Maybe not a good idea. See, Martin's going on a cruise to Alaska next month.
Rude.
She'd love a Carnation Cross cruise. There you go. These things can be done if enough people want to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get a phone call from the boss
I
at
know.
the end of this, and he's just going to go, no. That'll be all he says. No.